And nobody's watching. Thank God. But we're technically live. Well, in the event anyone does want a reading, hopefully they'll show up and join the room. Because I am live. Barely, but I am. This is my first live on this channel. I haven't done a live in years, so I'm going to say that Estrella is guest starring already with her butthole. Hello, Estrella. Beaky beaky. Why don't you show your butthole to the whole class? In fact, show it to the whole internet. You already are. So, I guess we're just going to hang out briefly and see if anyone else wants to show up. Because right now, well, I was going to do a pick-up pile. I was considering pick-up pile of cards, and we'll see. I don't know. I should probably do that now, but watch how as soon as I get up, how many of my cats are going to get up and be YouTube stars. I know, right? There she is, doing nothing. There's a ghost. Ah! Did I mention ADD is my thing? It really is. Alright, so. Here we go. How are you tonight? Where I live, it is... I don't actually know what the weather is for real where I live because it's menopause. So, here we are in the land of tarot and stuff. And meow, and my cats, my million cats. And we're going to do a pick a pile. Very traditionally so, you know. The usual kind. Not like there's anything traditional in modern America about tarot. I'm sure if you're a fan of the cards, you probably know it goes back to aristocracy, mostly in France and Italy, and us commoners did not have. Oh, the moon just popped up. You again. Me and the moon, let me tell you. The moon and I have, we go way back to the ocean. Yeah, I know. Awkward. That's what you're getting here. The Autistic Mystic. Your favorite psychic Aspie on YouTube. So, what have we got here to do besides... Hello there, Jacquelina. Jacquelina Buttervina is one of my cats who is off camera. But I'm sure one of them or another one will walk through. It's a stamp someone gave me of the comet. In my life, comets have always been portents of one thing or another personally. In '86, Chernobyl, the Challenger disaster in which my my optometrist's daughter, who was also from Ohio originally, She was killed in the Challenger, and I was very much obsessed with being an astronaut that year. That year was Halley's Comet, so I had a telescope. I was ready. I was watching it before that year. Didn't work out so well. Challenger, Chernobyl, puberty, and here's a story for you. So I'm getting my pick of piles ready. The heartbreak of puberty and summer camp when your friends that were also neither nor, either or gender-wise for the first 4 or 5 years of your summer camp experience are suddenly way more developed than you. I really felt like my summer camp experience. As I'm getting my piles ready, I'll tell you a story. My family was batshit crazy, most of them. My family of origin. But I didn't know that until I was in my 40s and I decided to get therapy. And I know that's funny, being that at one point I was a therapist, but you never see your shadow side or your own family or any of that stuff when it's right there in your backyard. You see everybody else's. Sometimes you do projecting, but I thought I was crazy, exclusively loopy, useless, too smart, too dumb, etc. And everyone else was fine. Where's this story going? Let's see. Halley's Comet. Oh yes, summer camp. So it's pretty telling that the summer camp, which is where I got my nickname, in which I I don't have to have my reading glasses on to see that this comet says peaceful on it. Not so how they work out in my life, but it's okay. We're all right. All right, kids, we're all right. The comets in my life and summer camp, etc. I was packed by April. I wrote an essay, won a trip to summer camp. By April, I would be packed every year. And camp usually didn't start till around maybe a week from what it is now, June, maybe June 19th or 20th. Didn't matter. It was all girls camp. But around 11, I noticed that there was nothing to notice. And I mean, yeah, there were comets in the sky. Chernobyl was happening, and so was the Challenger. But when it came to my personal life, puberty had not hit me. Meow. Exactly, isn't it sad? I got a sympathy meow out of that. Awesome points. So, that sucked because I got to camp and I was definitely one of those picked last for gym unless somebody more special showed bus than I was in the class. And that was embarrassing, but when I got to summer camp, I had an entirely new identity that I didn't even have to lie about. They just didn't know that I was terribly unathletic and mildly asthmatic. And I got my first glasses that year too. That did not help. Really. So all of a sudden that year, my friends that I'd been in camp with since forever, they were developing, like seriously enough to where they needed a bra, and I just needed another bro to play football with or whatever on the campus. And I'm thinking about how nowadays that would probably be a reason for people to say that I was trans. Even though I was very ambiguous gender-wise as a kid, I wasn't even like a full-fledged tomboy because of my lack of athleticism. But whatever I was, I'm glad they didn't do that because I'm just sort of whatever as it is. I didn't need more confusion. So, I will give you, if you're watching this, I will give you a chance to pick a pile. And, hey, stop fighting. Do you hear this? Yeah, they're fighting. I'm talking to my husband. There is another deck I've been saving since my birthday until I got the book because the writing was so beautiful in the interpretation book. That is a tarot by David Martin Diaz that I actually will, if he's in the mood, later, I'll put my husband on screen and read his cards, or I'll do it off, depending on whatever you want. But I've been saving that book. I haven't done anybody's cards with that tarot from the Southwest. It involves the future, it involves Catholic images, and it involves the Day of the Dead, which all of those things are. Alright, all of those things are me. Well, I'm not actually Mexican, I'm Cuban, among other things. But, oh, of course, I'm a scatterbrained nitwit, and I forgot my rocks. I'm getting up again, wandering away. Because. I'm looking for it. There we go. Alright, I totally forgot. I know, right? Where am I? I don't know, where am I? I'm in my kitchen where I do readings for clients. Alrighty. Forgot to count them. Alright, we have a Chinese influenced version of the Rider-Waite deck over here with a little ginger cat that you can pick. We have this beautifully floral illustrated fleur-de-lis in roses with a little white cat, and she's got green eyes and long eyelashes like me. Little stubby Manx tail, half Manx bobtail. We have this one with a version of my old cat Elliot Smith, who looks like he's bugged out on shrooms, but he's actually not. He's just amazed at the world. And we have this one here with baby Amy Tail Interrupted, who is one of my cats. And I'll give you a minute to decide which deck you want. She's short of paw, there we go. And my other one that came up here is the 21 of Gypsy, Hungarian Gypsy cards, which ancestrally I am both of those things. I'm a Hungarian Gypsy Jew, Cuban, Irish, Pole. Just married a German, so watch out. A German Indian knows. Oh, I forgot about, yeah, I have Indian, American Indian in me too. All these things I found out after my parents were dead. The mountain retreat holds formidable foe. To avoid defeat, strike hard the first blow. From a distance is seen, a start of despair. Beyond a ravine hides a beast in his lair. I take that to say, if you're going camping this weekend, be careful. All of y'all. Okay. Do you have a pile you've picked, Lewis?
Pardon me?
Pick a pile and.
Okay, will do.
Wonderful.
Pick pile.
Just don't tell me which one it is, or you don't have to tell. You can tell.
Gomer's pile.
Actually, you can tell the people on camera which one you're picking, and I won't keep my head. I hate it when people like do that
Okay.
thing with the password. I won't look.
This is a difficult one. Let's see. I like both.
We've got Elliot, Amy, Ghost.
Oh, is that, am I picking a,
You're picking a pile of cards with a cat on it, and Shane and Murphy. All cats we've known.
yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay,
Did you pick one?
I did.
All right.
Do I,
Don't tell me until after I do my.
do I,
You can sit here and see the reading, but I'm doing one pile of each for everyone.
Sure.
Who's picked one. All right, so my husband picked one. These were all cats we've known or do know. That's AJ's cat. And
AJ's cat?
actually, that's not Murphy. I didn't have my glasses on. That's Francis. Yeah.
You want these glasses?
I probably, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I have sunglasses on. I wear my sunglasses at night. All right. So the first pile we have is Francis. It wasn't Murphy, it was Francis, this little ginger. And for the people who got that pile, here's what your summer forecast is looking like. And by the way, I actually do talk to my deceased cats as spirit guides, flaky as that sounds, but my main guide of anything is God. So if you're not into God, find another tarot reader. How you see yourself right now is you've got for people who pick pile one, Francis, you have a guardedness to you. And some of this has to do with what's going on with your relationship, your success, what you've manifested, if you will, what you've earned has been threatened, and now you're guarded. And you're torn on whether or not you need to stay or go. Could mean geographically, could mean emotionally, maybe a little of both. Female at the top of it, I got a Queen of Cups. That is often a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces woman. It's right side up, so it's somebody who's not being the like emotionally sulky kind of water sign woman. This is someone who's being a mom, even if they're not an actual mom. They're being very maternal. They probably have some houseplants, even though they're not an earth sign necessarily. Curly or wavy hair, regardless of race. And she's one of your homies. She's somebody that's got your back. And is not necessarily older than you, but moms you anyway. Your base card is the World, so you're coming from a place of good balance, of everything in its place, everything of worldliness too, being, of this world, but in this world, of the other world, and whatnot. As above, so below, blah, blah, blah. Take stock of your worldly things. I'm willing to also say, watch your belongings if you picked pile one, because you might have a klepto amount. I didn't pick any of them because I'm the reader. I'm always watching my belongings because I'm a spaz. Someone among your friends might actually not be doing it maliciously, but I get from this one, you almost have a sleepwalking klepto, like somebody that's not aware that they're doing stuff and they're taking stuff and then they're embarrassed. And especially this falls, might be also if you have kids that are adolescents, if you're not in the 14 to 18 group yourself. I'm seeing a teenage person that's doing this, and they're not doing it out of malice. They're just like, they sleep over, they don't necessarily live in your home, but they're staying there overnight maybe, and then they realize like after the fact, oh shit, that's not my thing, that's so and so. And they may not want to return it out of being embarrassed. Or if it's been moved around, it's not because they're deliberately trying to screw with you. But keep an eye on your stuff anyway. Regardless of your age, there's been some difficulty in learning, whether you have like a Saturn in the third house, or you just have had problems with school, problems with a shitty boss or teacher, someone that's an instructor. That's, if you're a cop, it's your field training guy. If you're a student, it could be even a dickish study hall teacher, but in the past you're moving out of this person's influence and you're finally going to be able to get some space to prove your intelligence, because this is someone who made you either feel or look dumb, and you're not dumb. I mean, no one is dumb, but they really went out of their way sometimes to make you feel like an idiot. And what you're moving into, Knight of Swords, this is a male. It's somebody, Gemini, Aquarius, of Libra. They're a friend of yours, but I feel like he's kind of cold. He might also be on the spectrum like me. He doesn't get emotional cues, but he's a good friend. He's funny. He's smart, but he can come across as cold. If you are indeed trying to evolve and date this person, it's going to be somewhat difficult. Where you see yourself right now, you are in a space finally where you want to meet other people. Pandemic probably screwed you up really badly, like worse than you realized, and your social skills are not, they're numb, you felt like you've been bumbling along, and just you feel like a grimy reverse Tumblr aesthetic from like 2012, and you're over that now. You're to meet people. You need how others see you, you need more. You've got family probably in your life, someone in it saying, you need Jesus. Which, sure, why not? Jesus is good. You need a spirituality base, whether it's Buddha or Jesus or the universe. You need to acknowledge that there's more than just you at work, and you're a co-creator as well to it. You contribute to it, or you take away from it. But it's not a godless world. It's not a powerless world. You're not powerless completely all the time. With if you're willing to work in conjunction with what is your hopes and fears of death. Death card. If you're new to tarot, people are always like, "We're gonna get the death card. What does that mean? Death card." Death card isn't the scariest card at all. It is if you're a fixed sign and you don't like change. I am. Two of my big three are fixed signs. I've got Scorpio and Aquarius in there. I don't like change. I don't like boringness and complete like stasis, but I don't like things to be too dynamic too soon. That's what the death card is with your hopes and fears. If you get this card now in your hopes and fears area, it's because you want that change, but it scares the hell out of you. But you want it, but you're scared of it. And you just need to remember that it's part of life to be changing. That nothing is, even just a second ago, it's not the same as the second. It's a form of mindfulness in a weird back-asswards way, but it's change is what happens. It's part of growth. And growth is never comfortable, but it's not always horrible, painful. And your conclusion will be that you may be taking a trip. And I think that would be to the south or west. As far as other things from your Hermit deck, I get I'm ready, I'm sorry, and do you think about me too? So those are implying someone you miss. And you're ready now, you weren't before, and you're wondering if they're on the same page. And you will find out, but it's not in these cards or this reading for me to tell you. Group number 2, the fleur de lis. What have we got? And the ones with ghosts, the cat, the election cat. Remember when Ghost foretold the Obama results? The cat that I based this on. I have an interview with her somewhere in an old YouTube channel of mine. Who do you think's gonna win? All right, let's see what we have for you. Pile 2. The first couple cards here for you. You feel like something has really been unfair to you. There's justice is upside down. There's an injustice. Problems moving, both with your mobility sometimes and literally where you're moving. And you're either a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo man, most likely, or you're very close to one. Whatever that ramen is, it smells really spectacular. Later on, sure. Knight of Cups is a guy upside down. Knight of Cups is upside down. That's that douchey guy that is always open-handed, always working on some kind of art or concept. Never that's the mom's basement guy that's over 25. Usually a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. And a lot of times if they have a lot of Cancer in their chart, they blame everyone about everything that went wrong. And he's at the foundation, so if you're not involved with this person, then you're related to him, and you kind of need to, what's the expression? Tough love. Close the bank account, close the sympathy store, and move on. Your love life is also upside down, and it's, I feel you've been the victim of a lot of hearsay about your partners, about yourself to a partner, and a lot of it involves the internet and cell phones, not just face-to-face. Oh, did you hear about her? Here's what's really going on. No, the tea is all digital. It's been during Mercury retrograde. It's worn you the hell out, and it's not fair. You don't deserve this. She goes, "Who was it? A straight answer? No." One of my cats said no. You're almost spun out right now. You don't know which path to take. You're going to have several offers, and you can't take them all, because to put your power in all those pots means you're draining you're spreading yourself too thin. How you see yourself right now, you're fighting. And so are they. I don't know if you heard that. They're picking on Amy. Can you?
Oh, gotcha.
Amy's a good cat. She doesn't deserve it. They're behind the couch, the couch seat. You also are probably air sign or have air sign traits. Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, you see yourself, you know, and how others see you is like together, more together than but you'd also see you need to fight. Don't fight anymore. It's not worth fighting for. It's not worth physically or verbally, emotionally, spiritually engaging your energy in anything about or over or for another person right now. It is not where you're supposed to be. What your hopes and fears are also an Eight of Cups. Should I stay or should I go? Emotionally, like, do I need to leave? You probably do need to leave this situation and just spend some time in libraries and listen to music. And this situation with these people, And your conclusion card is the Fool and the King of Swords, which is often a doctor or a lawyer person. This is somebody in spirit. This person was a professional, and they were very good with their hands. And this is someone watching out for you. Well, they want you to be the fool again. They want you to be fooled in a good way, not fooled, but childlike, innocent, having fun. Your worries in the Hermit deck. If I follow you, I could lose everything. I dream about you a lot, too much. And you're so beautiful, why do you need me? Those are your feelings about your person. You are beautiful too. And even, I mean, a whole religion that, yes, a lot of New Age people bash on was started with people who willingly gave up everything and followed someone they didn't even know, and it started Christianity. This is one person that is not an ascended master, but you love them. They're beautiful to you. When you're ready and when they realize that you are more than they gave you credit for, you should both be in a position where you could, yes, follow each other and lose everything, or you can build a new something together with your separate everythings. And that is the fleur-de-lis pile for Ghost, the white cat. Pile 3.
Look, your little friend.
Hi, that's Mimi Creamstar. You think she's not in the camera? That's one of my Panthers. Oh my, let's see. Pile 3 is Elliot Smith, who is the
What?
Oh, now I can't tell you you're reading if I'm biased to what you picked. Can I? My husband picks this pile. Okay, let's see. I guess so, Elliot. Elliot is the grandfather of most of my cats and the father of a couple. Actually, he's the father of one. Father of Elliot. Elliot used to walk around on his hind legs, and he was a Scorpio. Francis was a Gemini. I don't know when Ghost was born. Ghost was born Libra. Alrighty, let's see. And here comes Lint Eastwood making an appearance. Linty, you need to get off the table because Mama's working. That is correct.
No.
Lint, you just knocked Ghost down. He thinks he's playing chess. You're an asshole sometimes, you gray fuck. But I love you.
Technique.
Alright, right now you're showing Knight of Pentacles. You are Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo male. No children. Usually this shows up for someone under the age of 40. Can be someone under the age of 40 in spirit. You shouldn't have told me this was your file. Now I'm looking at it biasly. Ooh, you have the Five of Swords, which has been combat, fighting, struggle, but with you as the victor of it. And you're stressed by the the Nine of Swords, sickness, staying up night. He had I don't know if you're allowed to say it anymore on YouTube. He had the thing that the stick was supposed to prevent. My husband caught anyway. Moon upside down is telling you there's problems with your sleep, with your dreams. May actually be having nightmares and such, or just some things off at night. Besides these cats fighting terribly.
Sounds like that haunted house record.
I was gonna say Children of the Night. How my felines, I love their...
You are
cut-
afraid
come on.
of nothing.
Stop it. Can you break them up?
You had to go
They have a spray bottle somewhere. In the past, there was a female Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer who was upside down. You gotta shoot them. Shoot a spray bottle in their general direction without shooting them, actually. Like, don't actually hit them. That'll... It's catnip spray. Right there by the non-corrupted pumpkin.
Holy spray. Who's that?
I don't know. That was, I think that was Amy, but I'm not sure.
Who's that?
Whoever else is
This is an interesting hand.
under there, Wendy.
This is an interesting hand, so
I know, right.
it's probably going to
In
stir
the,
up.
in the past, Queen of Cups upside down was a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer who was in not behaving on your side. And in the future, you're coming to an impasse of agreeing to disagree on some points and then deciding from there. Hanging above you is the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo male in a mature form. Someone of a business owner, someone of a philanthropist, someone who gives more than they really receive from people. How you see yourself now? You're bored. Don't be bored. There's nowhere in the world there's any reason to be bored. Life is full of all kinds of interesting. I keep looking for boredom, and it evades me. The luxury of boredom would be an exotic thing. I've never been bored in my life. How others see you? Heartbroken, and they think you should move on from wherever you're at in your life. And your hopes and fears are also the world. You're freaked out about worldly things or success. You're kind of allergic to attention. Lenny! You leave it. That's Amy here, and Lynn's being a dickhole. I said dickhole on YouTube. I'm sorry. Lenny is being
Who's that?
a meatus orifice. Got the and your conclusion is working and learning a new skill that will actually give you some confidence and will, for the most part, bring things out of the negative pattern that they were in. Now, for your Hermit deck cards, the things that you're feeling about your person that you want to say and can't say. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before. Let me have you.
Never felt this way.
Your family won't like me. Did you ever feel that way?
What?
That my family wouldn't like you before they were all dead?
Your mom's questionable.
My mom didn't like me.
I
So, take it.
thought your dad was okay, right?
My dad liked him a lot. Just wondered, are any of these other ones accurate since you decided to put yours on and admit which pile is yours?
Oh,
You don't?
what?
Do you feel like these?
Yeah.
Yeah? Both of those?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Look at that goat. My goat.
Certainly.
It's my Capricorn.
The only thing I don't I don't know about boredom. I would say sometimes a long path trudged by the goat. I don't think it was boring. It was more redundant before it was boring. Because of the fantastically magical things that were bizarre that happened in the past. I'm bored of going to doctors.
I'm bored of going to doctors too. I'm
Not
tired
bored
of being
of bored
sick.
of my allergies, my hay fever.
I'm ready to throw my wheelchair into the sea of pubic hair and just cast it asunder. But there's no such sea, right? It's okay. Nobody's watching. Sorry. You can come back to me when I post this later. Right? They can always. Pile 4, Sarah's pile. See what we've got here. How you see yourself? This is the wish card. This is a really good card. On the next full moon, and we're almost at a new moon, so but it just doesn't mean and that will be when the moon is in Capricorn, which has to do with, it will be when it's full next, it will be in Capricorn, which has to do with success, with business, with working hard, with being the patriarch, even if you're a girl and you're 15, you can still be a patriarchal figure in a good way, and not the, oh, let's kill the patriarchy kind, but the kind that's a good dad. And Father's Day is coming up, so think of this as yourself. If you pick this pile, you'd be the good dad, whether you're a 13-year-old girl or a 47-year-old man or whoever you are, or third, any age, whatnot. Be the archetype of the good father. You know, take care of your own, make the people you love want to make you proud. And you have an Ace of Cups too, which is awesome. New beginnings. You got some Pisces in here going on, and so Four of Swords is saying that you might have been having some mental problems, and in the past, mental emotional strain that could have bled into the physical and vice versa. Maybe ulcer too, like feeling heartburn. Just feeling like these chakras are blocked. You're knocking my pole over, scratching that cat.
What?
My camera.
Oh my goodness, she's scratching her.
She's scratching again. It's Jacquelina, isn't it?
I thought it was
It's
cool.
Jacquelina?
Yes.
Yep, Jacquelina would be the one that would do that.
She made an earthquake. She's going, oh, look at her.
There's been some trauma in your life that you're tired, and I really think there has been some hospital time, some heartache. I see 3 people that are watching over you in spirit. One of them is your age, the other is a parent or grandparent, the third one is most definitely grandfatherly, and he's military. He's if he's not military, he sure is saluting you. I very much see a man, older man, looking at what you've done, how you are with dogs. For some reason, I see dogs, even if you don't have them as pet, dogs love you. And this person, the oldest person that's in spirit, is giving you, he's proud of you. You're doing okay. You've had a very rough year and a half, and you're coming out of it very, you're tentative about it, but you're coming out of it all right. You're actually very psychic yourself. And that scares you. Some of it may have to do with your religious upbringing.
You think you know this person?
No, I'm just doing this for whoever's watching this video
Yeah,
that
I mean,
thinks it.
you-
No. No, I don't think so. You're young. Even if you're not that young numerically, it seems like you're not much. Right now, the feel of 7th grade, even if you're not literally in 7th grade, that feeling of being in that age group, even if you're one of the cool kids, supposedly, that awkwardness, that alienation of being in that grade, I'm sorry, Jacquelina is shaking my camera pole. You've been through that right now. You've come out of so many closets that you didn't know you were in, and they may not even involve your sexual orientation. What? What?
I came out of the closet and I didn't even know it.
What?
I came out of the closet and I didn't even know it.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of live streaming and you don't have a mic, so it doesn't. I'm not trying to be a dick.
No.
You make things. Too. Whoever you are, you make things. You don't think you're very good at it, but you are, because of the authenticity, the sincerity in what you make. Both, I know, I used to be a contortionist, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I'm almost 50. I could still do this. It's not very ladylike. You can't see up my trousers in this, but yeah, I'm trying to, between the arthritis and everything else, yeah, this is like, here I am. I'm reading the cards and moving my friggin' feet around my head. Ow, I know, right? Awkward? Oh, try living with me. So you make things, you've made things since childhood. Somebody in your family probably put you down about it, but keep doing it. It's a gift, and there's a healing quality to what you're healing yourself, but you heal others who receive these things. And you'll be able to sell them. You may even have an Etsy store. If you don't already, you will probably buy next year. And lastly,
Ow.
if you have a grandmother figure, even if this was a teacher that helped you, that's like grandmotherly, write her and let her know that she did some good for you, and your creativity will be increasing. What your hermit cards have to say, what you want to say, someone Do you care? Do you even care? I want to get you drunk. I'm a very jealous person. And if those things are true and how you feel about the person you have feelings for, you might want to work those through a little bit more, because it can come off very impulsive and push someone away that isn't actually worth pushing away. And I realize it's like, if you can't, handle me at my most borderline and friggin' hostile, you don't deserve me at my goddess or my god. But sometimes we have glitches the first couple times we're with someone, and not our best selves come out of it. And then our catless one, which is for everyone, is there'll be a spiritual union between you and someone else, which doesn't always have to be romance. I believe in soulmates, not in twin flame variety, but in that we have soul tribe people that we travel with again and again, and we'll recognize them when we see them. They're not always lovers. Sometimes they're in our siblings, sometimes they're in our coworkers. The spiritual strength card. The time of patience and planning is now. Block in the solar plexus chakra. And that also be blocking your wisdom. Be careful with that. Your third eye is sharp. Listen to what your third eye tells you about what's going on in here. Again, I felt when I was reading the last pile, indigestion, ulcer, stuff that's emotional that's become physical, and vice versa. So you may actually want to see a physical doctor about that. And don't underestimate the power of silence. There's some disharmony going on, but there will be victory and success coming up for you this summer, for all of you. Just make sure you stand your ground. Doesn't mean you have to rush headfirst into things or towards those who are threatening where you stand, but it does advise you to stand up for what you do believe in, and don't cave easily. And other than that, that's my first live on this channel. I hope I can figure out how to put the timestamps. Right now, I don't. Since I've had my stroke, my hand has been bleh, and talk to text has been even bleh, so we'll figure it out. If not, maybe someone else is going to watch this and do the timestamps, in which case you'll be my heroes. All right. Me and my what do you call, a contortionist past. I'm not kidding. I actually was in a sideshow when I was 20, and I was a contortionist. I started out as the makeup artist, but the bearded lady got mono, and they needed to fill in. So here I go. Have a good night, or a good day whenever you watch this, and whenever you watch this is when you were meant to watch this. Bye-bye.